To me, I am joined by Dr. Zach Pienaar, who is a reverend here at the church. Mr. Doctor, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Ivan. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Can you just maybe share with us how much the legacy of the founding president and the father of the nation has impacted the spiritual journey of, the church in Namibia?
Yeah, before I answer your question, I wanted to say that I had the privilege years ago when Dr. Nujoma landed after exile. I went to the airport and I still remember that day, how he got off the plane, bowed down and kissed the soil of our country. And so special. Yes, I think he is a man who left a legacy with us, And what I will remember of him is the legacy of justice for all. The legacy of justice for all, trying his whole life, to bring justice, not for just a certain nation or certain people, but for the whole country. And I think that's a legacy that is it's a valuable lesson for the day that we are living in, because I think that was one of his principles in life. And then, of course, the fact that inspired the church and Christians within the country is his faith and trust in God. I never think that he did things out of himself, but his calling, from God, and leading and showing the example of how to trust God in whatever you do.
Speaking about principles, what are some of the morals, being a biblical person, that you can attribute towards his life that he demonstrated in his leadership and his legacy?
Yeah, I think I thought one of the greatest was the one of forgiveness. Coming from a man who were oppressed, coming from a man who got everything of injustice was done to him. He had to leave this country, stay in a foreign country, left his people behind, and much more than that. And he came back as a man of forgiveness, forgiving people who did wrong unto him and lots of other people. And that spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation, I think, that inspires me and a lot of other people.
Reverend Pienaar, maybe just words of comfort to the family and to the nation in that time of mourning and celebration to the founding president.
Yes, I would also like to add by saying that, he was a servant leader. He was definitely a servant leader. And we must not think of his leadership just in terms of when he started his office as president. I think his leadership and that servant leadership actually started long before, when he was in exile, when the fighting and the struggle was real, and we will admire him for that. And obviously, he reminded me of Jesus Christ. The attitude of Jesus Christ was also in him, paying a price for other people, bringing a sacrifice. He sacrificed his life so that we can have freedom today, that we are able to, to take part in an election and put our mark there. He brought us our dignity back. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart and from the church, the Dutch Reformed Church here in Academia, we pray for you as a family. I saw a video of how he tried to build, and I'm sure he finished that school for the less privileged children of farm workers. We will never forget him. We will never forget his legacy. We'll never forget his principles. And yes, may God be with you as he was with Moses. And may his presence comfort you as a family. And we pray for you as a church. Thank you.
Reverend, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. That was Reverend Pienaar just sharing with us, his heartfelt message to the nation and how much the legacy of Dr. Nujoma, the founding president and the father of the nation. Now, I'm also